Woo! Well, good evening and welcome to Jen Cares, powered by Chosen Counselors. I am your host, Jen Cares, and the founder of Chosen Counselors, a nonprofit organization that seeks to inspire, motivate, empower, and strengthen individuals and families. Oh, thank you so much for joining me tonight. First, I want to say special thanks to our friends from last week, Todd and Carlo. I appreciate their honesty. I was watching it back and taking in some nuggets of what they were sharing. And I'm so very grateful for all that they shared. And I hope that you took away something as well, okay? Whew, so, dun, 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 married with children. It's going to be good tonight. Also, thank you to every guest, to every viewer. Thank you so much because you are the reason that we keep going. I'm so excited for tonight. I am filled up. It's going to be really good. I also want to say thank you so much because people have been buying their tickets for our Day of Empowerment. I am so very grateful and thankful to each and every one of you. And guess what? Let me come back on. I got a free ticket for somebody tonight. Would it be you? Would it be you? Would it be you? Who knows? Okay. So how can you get the free ticket? Glad you asked. I need you to pay attention because we're going to give 3 keywords. And in those keywords, whoever remembers at the end, when I ask, what are the 3 words? You will get that ticket. So again, hoping that you pay attention with your ears so that you can find out what is going on. All right. So, I started this on our first week, so I'm just going to keep it going. So I'm going to start with our dear future husband. So, this week's dear future husband is, dear future husband, bow your heads and pray with me. Amen. Can we not, Malcolm and Marie, all in one setting? Let's discuss challenges as they arise. Love your future wife. Now, the interview, see Malcolm and Marie on Facebook. I'm sorry, we're on Facebook and YouTube. Malcolm and Marie on Netflix. I was a little overwhelmed, if I must admit. Somebody apologized, the other one accepted, and you thought it was good, but then they remembered something else. Now, when dealing with conflict, you want to be able to deal with it as it arises. One shot can be bad, but unleashing an array of bullets, that can be deadly. And tonight, we're going to talk about that a little bit too. So let's get into the show. I was having a chat. This is our Finding Love Where You Are series. I was having a chat with some people in Clubhouse yesterday. This new app. I'm trying to find my way, see if I like it. And someone asked, what are the top 3 things or the top 3 steps for a relationship to be successful or to get in a relationship and things of that sort? And though I didn't answer, as I was reflecting on that today, I thought if there was 3 easy steps or if it was really that easy, 1, we would be on Hallmark, romance heaven, or we'd be on Lifetime, somebody going to jail. All right. So tonight's segment is Married with Children, and we're going to learn not necessarily the 3 steps, but the process. We're going to learn about the process to find in love with someone else. So we've chatted, about finding love with ourselves, for the sisters, for the ladies, for the brothers, for the fellas. But let's chat about loving on someone else and ourselves. All right. So tonight we have Shanika Pratt, Dr. Ulysses Pratt, Mom G is what I call her. That's what y'all can call it too. And Pop G. And they're going to break it down for us. So help me welcome and introduce the Pratts and the Goldsmiths with over 64 years of knowledge. Welcome.
Good
evening. How are you doing tonight?
Great.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I love these smiles. And I love the smiles because what you're going to share is going to be in love because you really feel this thing, you really walk this thing, and you want to be able to help somebody else to kind of navigate this thing, right?
Amen.
That's right. I know I had the right people. I know. Oh, that part is going to be a funny part. Oh my goodness. So again, it's so amazing to have you all on tonight. I'm going to start off with our quote of the day. We normally do a quote of the day here at Jen Cares. And our quote of the day is, hold on, give me 1 second. Because though she'd be ready, she wasn't ready. What's going on with that? Bum, bum, bum. Wow. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. Our quote of the day is, love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. Again, love does not consist in gazing at each other, but looking outward together in the same direction. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, when you're gazing, when you're gazing together, I'm thinking of the Titanic.
Oh.
They were so into each other, and they're looking into each other and nothing else, not observing all the things that could possibly go wrong. So you have to observe your surroundings and be alert and be aware, because it was total destruction. But they went down in love. They love each other, but they both perished. But the point is, had they not been just looking into each other's eyes and just observing what was around them, you have to be observant to that. You can't just concentrate on each other.
Wow, so that was really heavy, because a lot was happening during Titanic. When you first said, I was like, wait, babies died. Oh, they didn't make it. But how they focused on each other no matter what was going on around, because it was all about, that's good. Go ahead, Pachi. All right, what you got? Who else want to go?
See?
Well, I'll definitely be like Pop G and using that same scenario with the Titanic and seeing, the unknown. So when you think about the Titanic, they were so excited for the ride. They were so excited for the ride, but didn't consider the unknown, the iceberg. They didn't consider the underlayer things. And when I think about that, I think about the matters of the heart. Those things that you don't see, but you have to spend time in order to find out what those things are, those issues of light that are in the heart that are sometimes hidden, but you won't realize it until you take the time to unpeel it.
Wow.
Layer by layer by layer by layer.
My Lord. All right.
Ooh, they ready tonight. My
Men. All right.
Do the ladies want to say, I know that's a hard act to follow, but
to tag on to my husband, who I affectionately call Ski. We're married. You got to have a united vision. He even brought this Titanic up, so they weren't looking, but you got to have a united vision to move forward together to your destiny.
Yeah.
So if one was looking, the girl was so all over the place, whatever, and the guy would say, but we got to go this way. And she's, or vice versa. She could be saying, you're not paying attention. Don't you see that? He's like worried about, we got to make this thing work. How can anything come together? It's just me and you. They headed for destruction because they did not have a united vision. And
all right.
There was no unity.
I ain't never heard a spin on Titanic like this before. I feel like y'all can preach this, but that's another conversation.
Mom G.
Listen, I guess I have to share a little something, right? Everybody gonna win and drop some bombs. So I'll just provide a little icing on it with some scripture. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we'll go to Amos. The word of God says, how can two walk together unless they agree? Amen. So we talked about matters of the heart. We talk about peeling layers. We talk about, being focused on not just right now, but in the future and unpeeling. Well, you have to have communication. You have to talk in order to unpeel and deal with those matters of the hearts and those layers. So how can we walk together unless we're in agreement? How can we be in agreement unless we talk about it and decide what we're going to do in order to agree on it?
Talk about it. You know what? I think I'm gonna drop my first keyword: communication, because that is so important, huh? You gotta talk
very
about
important.
Gotta be in tune with each other. That was good. Kat said that was deep, sis. That was very deep. We learned already. The Titanic again. That was good. That was good. Okay, so we're gonna start off with 2 questions in a movie TV show. So my first question is, what did you do on your first date?
Go ahead. What was that?
Can I take a stab at that?
You got the webs out right here. So go ahead.
So thinking about our first date, where me and Shanika, we did something different. So our first date, we went to a museum. We went to the art museum. We went to the art museum, and to top off the art museum, from the art museum, we walked down the steps, and I gave her a piggyback ride.
Ah!
You gave her a what?
She said you gave her what?
Like a piggyback ride.
Oh, a piggyback ride. Oh,
Yeah.
isn't that beautiful? I didn't hear it. I'm so sorry. That is nice. Okay.
And what else you do?
She said, "Do that." Pop G, you got it.
I got it.
Okay.
You too.
Now let's check in to make sure that was the right first date. Was that the right first date?
That was the right first date. We also went to dinner as well.
Oh,
He was so proud to give me that piggyback ride and let me know he could carry me.
So now that's something in itself too. He could carry you. Not just like the physical piece, but the other aspects of it too. Like, I want you to be in my life. I could, carry some of the burden that you got. That's okay. I see you, bro. Come on, Goldsmith. What was your first date?
I said, "You ready?" He said, "Your answer ain't gonna be mine." All right, we go back 24 years. Okay.
Now, in their defense, they've been together for some years now, and she said you got to get them comments. So
you want to go first? Go ahead, hit me.
On our first date, we walked to the ice cream parlor. Holding hands, laughing, talking, enjoying each other's company, but also checking each other out.
All right.
He was a smooth joker. Trust me.
You had the same answer?
I love it.
We walked up there. Yeah.
I love it. So now I have an easier question for you. What did you do on your most recent date?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Because I know Love Day was yesterday, but Love Day is really every day. But what did you do on your most recent date?
On our recent day, we went to Atlanta City. We stayed overnight at a hotel in Atlanta City, and we went to Kelsey's for dinner, and just enjoyed our time together. Very nice, very nice.
I like.
Well, with COVID, because of our age, we was really concerned about our kids because we kept trying to sneak out. You can tell we're going.
We went to Jersey over to Cherry Hill, to Applebee's, and had a good meal.
Yeah.
And we stopped over at the Cherry Hill Mall, Christmas shopping for new decorations and stuff, and pondered on what's our next, what's in store for us, what's our plans for our future.
Nice.
Move on.
I like that.
That's what we did, and it was good to get out the house, with all this COVID going on. Just to go to a different atmosphere was kind of
it was good because I had just finally retired and
congratulations.
So much fanfare and just a lot, and it was the first time we really could sit there like, wow, I'm retired. I'm really retired. Wow. And we were able to, like we said, we went to eat, we went to a store and thought about decorations because we said this is our last year in this house, so let's pick up what we're going to do. Okay. And we sat there and really talked about our next and in depthly. Like, so you ready? We going to do this? And we're like, okay. So we got bigger and better things by the end of this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So the Pratts PJ said, and I saw the cupcakes.
Homemade, bro, with homemade.
Yes. So I like those two questions for two reasons. One, it talks about the first time you went on a date, and then the most recent because you have to keep dating. Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
You better keep dating. We recognize we really got off guard, but when we do premarital counseling, you gotta date at least once a month. You gotta do something. And COVID helped me really go outside the box to be creative. But life, life itself, just life.
Yes.
You put everything in with life. If you don't take a moment to date, to listen, to dive, to let up,
Yes.
you're going to end down to an abyss.
Yes.
Of an unknown that could cause a disaster. You better. And then if you have, when our children were younger, we would make them go outside and sit on the steps. And we told them, this is mommy and daddy time. And we'll open the door when you can come back in. But back then, in the early 7, whatever, you're blocked with your family. So
right.
Neighbors are out there, the kids are playing wall ball, jumping rope. It was a safe place. And that's really how we started. We were like, because we are open family and we talk about a lot. We talked about raising our children. And they knew when the door was shut, mom and daddy about themselves. And that's how we took it. We would sometimes get a family member because our money was tight. We would tell them we need some time.
Yes.
We would open up a blanket and have a picnic in the living room. And people would say, where y'all go? Where y'all go? We're like, we were home.
Yes.
And another one, we would declare a holiday.
Okay.
Nice.
A holiday, so we could have that downtime. So you gotta do. You gotta do. And you gotta keep it lit. You gotta keep
all right.
If
all
you
right.
don't know, you better go get some information. Sources with. You hear what I'm saying? Y'all better keep it real. You better keep it.
So they here to help y'all tonight. But this is interesting. She said we put the kids outside. Now don't do that now.
No,
Don't do that now.
Don't do that now.
You connect with somebody. But that's amazing. I like that, you really put priority on it though. You made sure that it happened. Even if it's in the house, you made it seem like a different atmosphere. That's the key, keeping that together.
Be creative.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, for us, I would say it's very important to keep dating so that to be reminded of who you have that is special. Like when we went out this past Friday, he was reminded. No, I'm just kidding. We were reminded of what we have in each other that is so special. Like we enjoy just sitting and being with each other because Anna Lee right now, she's 5. Our daughter's 5 and she's a busy 5. And sis. I got a funny story about putting Anna Lee on the other side of the door. I'm gonna tell you in a moment. So
that's funny.
Because she's a busy 5, she's the only child. We are very close as far as just about everything we do. She's a part of it, and so it was so important for us just to have our time, just to be reminded of why we fell in love with each other. You know what I mean? And so now the story about Anna Lee on the other side of the door. Mom G, we did put Anna Lee on the other side of the door, not outside, but inside the house. The sister said to us, we need a meeting. I want to have a meeting with y'all. And so you gotta be careful. On the other side of the door. Because they want to have a meeting on why you put them on the other side of the door.
Yes. I get that, baby. Y'all keep them in y'all prayers because obviously we're gonna get them a run for their money already at 5.
A meeting. She gonna run a meeting on us. Where'd she get that from?
Kids pay attention.
This generation,
kids pay attention. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Whew. Yes, that's good. I love the dating piece. So now the TV show movie. One of my favorite TV shows is A Different World. I watched season 1 through 6 a gazillion times. Just finished it the other week. I love Dwayne and Whitley. I just love them. And I read an article one time where they were saying Whitley should have got married to Byron, which I disagree. We could argue and talk about that later. Whoever wants to go back and forth. I give a good answer for that. But I love most about Dwayne and Whitley watching their friendship grow. You know, it also made me think of the Parkers, where Nikki, bless her heart, she just knew that the professor was the one. And though they may have had a friendship, it still wasn't as gelled together. It didn't seem as authentic when they finally got together. I don't think that should have happened. Now that one we can talk about too, I didn't think. But what are some TV shows or some movies that really help you highlight importance of friendship or important pieces for a relationship? What are the ones that come to mind for you?
I love the Cosby Show, Claire and Cliff.
Hey, it's not a movie.
Yes, that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, TV show or movie? TV show or movie?
That was Claire and Cliff. They dealt with some issues, but they always worked it out.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you that in life you will have some issues. You will have some situations that you have to work on.
Yes.
They also demonstrated that they worked on their stuff, and they also demonstrated love.
Yeah.
Really demonstrated at the end of the night, they shut it down and they demonstrated love.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like that. I like that.
And a key word out of that show, since you picked that show, the unity they had, a key word. The kids stuck together no matter what.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they did, even though they fought each other, so they showed unity. And as much as when the wife would let the record show.
Yes.
I love it. As my husband said, at the end of the day, they showed unity, a key essence word. They showed unity.
All right.
In the laughter, in the music, in the craziness.
Yes.
Always still, let's mesh this thing.
Yes.
All right.
All right. What you got, Pratts?
When I think of a show, I'm an old person, so I like the shows. So I think about Cosby's is really good, but I also think about Family Matters.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Family Matters because
Is Family Matters with Urkel?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So I know Urkel, he's funny and stuff like that. But one thing I like is that in everything that they did, they always took time to talk. They laughed, they talked, and they always brought it back to focus on the family. That at the end of the day, like, look, we got family, and family is what we have, and family is our foundation, right? They always took time out, Carl and Harriet, then they took time out with the family, then they did this, but one thing I liked is that everything they did it as a family. And so that's what I'm very family oriented. I'm very family oriented.
We are too.
I love that. I love taking time with the family, having a family meeting, talking to Shanika, talking to Anna Lee, and always letting her know, not jumping ahead of myself, but that she can talk to us about anything.
That's right.
And I mean anything. Because here's the thing. I want her to be able to talk to us first before she go out to talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
So we could be her first, sex education, teachers, or about love or all that other stuff. So it's family first. Family first.
I love that. So, chosen friends, as always, I've prepared some questions, but if you have any questions, some comments, be sure to drop them in the comment box. And also share what shows ring out to you. I see Todd put The Fresh Prince. That was a good one. My favorite episode was probably with Will Smith and his father.
Yes.
Excellent.
That was excellent.
Amazing. But I also want to come back to the Pratts for a second, because I'm just trying to make sure I heard correctly. Okay, so we said that we like to have, conversations and meetings. I think that's how Anna Lee.
Listen, sis, you was just in my head. I said that's where she got it from. Her father.
Oh my God!
Talk about this.
I love it.
Now we done connected the dots.
Yes.
We established that also in our family. We always, and anybody, because we had this group, 5 kids, we always had family meetings. Any child could call the meeting, taught them have an agenda, and we laugh because our granddaughter Abria, she's with us. She said, "I want a family meeting," and we were like, "Yep." What's the journey? But back to our children, when we were raising our children, we always had family meetings. Yes, we were always as some of our family members used to say, y'all tell y'all kids too much. I've always been real and keeping it up front. So look, I've always been on the blacklist. Yes, I have. Because I always felt like you need, as you said, Ulysses, I need them to hear it from me.
Yes.
You know, when Eddie Murphy brought his movie out Raw, and all the neighbor little kids was like, and my one of our children was feeling some kind of way, and I'm like, okay, you want to see what Eddie Murphy got to talk about? We going on a mommy and Sunday. He's like, Mom, you going? I said, no. You want to know what's going on? The best person to go out is with your mother. I'm your dad. And I took him. God in heaven, I think they're cringing. But I wanted to teach him something.
Yes.
Value of the morals we've been teaching them. So let's dive in. And I mean, he was only maybe like 11 or whatever. And this was back in the early, like in the middle 70s. So we were always judged about certain things of that in family meetings. And one of our older children said to us, thank you for the family meetings. Wow. We always knew you had the last say, but you always opened the door for us to have a voice.
That's good. That was good.
Yes.
That was good.
Children should be seen and not heard. You know, all that old school craziness. And we were very determined that we were going to have an open family so they can have a voice.
Yes.
And we would know what's on their mind.
Yeah.
Even that's when they started the cable, the music. I'm like, okay, what they watching on this? What's this new thing? And I would sit there. I'm like, okay. He would come in for what you watch. I said, trying to see what these kids talking about now. I'm like, okay. And who's that? Bobby Brown? Whitney? Okay. Oh. Okay. And then as dinner time came, that was our time to talk. And then compare. So what we're teaching you in the word about your mind and things like that, we were able to balance it with the scriptures were. We were teaching them and give them balance about life.
Yes.
We were all one-sided. Church. Don't get me wrong. We needed that to a certain extent, but as things were changing, because our children were faced with we had like a Bill Cosby family, 2 adults, a middle child, and 2 little ones. So we had to balance out the times, still with the foundation of the word, but still be there as a family and show, again, that word, unity.
I love that. That's good. I love the family meetings. I love that. And I also love what you said about sitting down at the table and eat together. Sound like I heard, right? Because we don't do that anymore. You know, I have a friend, I went to her house, I was like, come on, we're going to sit at the table, eat together. I was like, you're bougie. That's cool. Let's sit down at this table and let's eat together, because it causes you to really, take ourselves away from devices and really concentrate. How was your day today? Talk about some things. Not that, you don't do that all the time, but sometimes we don't do it enough. And you want to be able to have those conversations. So that's really good. That's really good. Balance. Yes. Keeps it balanced. That's it, Cynthia. Having Jesus, but having that balance, Okay, so that was a good warm up. Now I want to be nosy. How did you meet?
Warm up.
Warm up.
Okay, that was easy.
We met at church.
Okay,
we met at our church. We are members of Victory Christian Center.
Where the pastor and founder is the Reverend Dr. Bishop Jimmy
A. Ellis III. That's him. You know him? He's a good guy, right? Anointed, isn't he?
Anointed and
my Lord.
He be on my business all the time.
I know about him too.
You know? Does he be in your business like he be in my business?
My goodness.
Look, I have to hide my toes just about every message.
Every message.
I
appreciate it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So y'all met.
That's how we met. We met serving on the youth ministry.
Yes.
Yeah, where the youth pastor is Elder Dr. Wesley Pratts. And so we served on the youth ministry. We became friends, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Very nice. Very nice. Come on, Goldsmiths. How did you two meet?
We met on Montrose Street. I used to live down the bottom. I moved up the way on Montrose Street.
Okay.
And my eyes fell on her over there playing wall ball. And I said, who's that girl? And my cousin said, oh, that's Charmaine. I said, introduce me. So he introduced me to her, and I went over and tried to talk to her, and she was like, what you want? I said, I want to talk to you. She said, after I finish my game.
That's part of it. I wasn't studying about him, really. I was not. I was playing ball, but when he asked who I was, the answer was, "Oh, you can't talk to her. That is E's girl." And he said, and he stashed on me. That's what we said back in the day.
Okay.
When I would play wall ball or throw the football back and forth, that was tomboy.
Okay.
He would come home and he would stash on the steps. I really wasn't paying him no mind, but he did not give up. I told him, I'm going to go spiritual real quick, because when we were going through some crazy times in our marriage, and I was fussing at God, and I said something, the Lord said, but the word says, he that findeth. He said, no, you weren't looking for him, but he was looking for you. I did say, okay, God, what can I say? So he was looking for me. I really wasn't paying him no mind.
I love it.
He caught me though. If he wore purple pants, he had a purple knit. If he had green pants, he had a green knit. If he had orange pants, he has an orange knit. He was sharp. He was
still sharp today. Still sharp today.
Rolling down the street. The boy was popping. I've never seen the up the way boys dressed like he did. So he brought his down the way swag up the way. And yeah, he caught my eye. I wasn't trying to let him know I was looking at him.
All right.
He really was scoping on me. And I'm
right. That's nice. That's nice. So how did you know? So we shared about how we met, but how did you know that this was the one you wanted to be with? What was it that said, this is a little different from what I have been in, with before and things of that sort? What was it about, your significant other?
I can say
you
this.
Go first. Go ahead. All right.
So I think what sealed the deal for me was, like, we met as friends, and one thing that comes to mind, I can say that my wife now, is that she was a trusted source. And I say that because, being as though we were friends, I would tell her everything. I even told her about somebody who I thought that I was going to marry, who I thought that I was hung over heels for. I told her I was going to marry her. I was going to do all this other stuff. But one thing that clicked is that Shanika knew this person. I'll leave the name nameless, right?
Thank you. We don't want no problems.
What got me is that she came to me and was just like, I need to share something with you. She was just like, she was talking about you, right? So she was talking about me, about something that I didn't have, right? And back then I didn't have my driver's license, right? So she was trying to insinuate, like, hey, when your boy gonna get his driver's license? But something that my friend came was like, why are you coming to me? So when she came to me right then and there, I was like, wait a minute. She came to me about that. So that was a spark that told me that I can tell her everything. And it's always been like that from day one. So I thought about that, where I was just like, I was on the road to destruction. I was going to marry somebody who I thought was the one. I was attracted to her anointing, right? But I didn't realize that, all the time that God had me, dating, or, for lack of a better words, with my friend, that I didn't realize that this friend that was a trusted source was really the one that I was supposed to be with in the very beginning. But I had to go through all these other things. So I want to say is that she was a trusted source. She was able to be honest. And even to today, like, she is very trustworthy. People think that when they tell her stuff that she tells me. No, she doesn't. She is a vault. She definitely will keep your secrets. But one of the things is that what got me is that really made me was like, you know what? That's got to be the one. Because she was just a trusted source, and I thank God for her. That I was dating somebody that I thought that was going to be the one, which wasn't the one, and thank God that I got the true one that I'm hearing about exactly.
Oh, wow. Yes, that's true. What? You know, made her day. She started glowing. She started glowing.
She was a trusted source. So.
How can you follow up on that one? I'm the true one. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
You know what? Just to kind of share a little bit about what he said in terms of a trusted source and telling him what the person said. If you're my friend, and I'm speaking in general, I'm not going to let anyone talk about my friend. Like, I wasn't trying to be after him in any way as my friend. I looked at it like, you doing my friend wrong. I was about to say you doing my boy wrong, but like, you doing my friend wrong. I'm going to tell him because I know how much in love he is with her. He was in love with her. And he was really ready to give everything just about for her. But what she said, it let me know, okay, she doesn't see really who he is. And so for me, I knew he was the one. Now, during my season of singleness, I prayed a lot. I still pray a lot, but I really prayed a lot. And I presented different things before God on what it was that I believe that I would like to have within the husband, you know, that he would have from me. But I also asked him, okay, this is what I'm saying that I would like, Father, but you tell me what you want me to have in the husband that you have. You know my future. So you're going to know what I'm going to need in my future. You know, I know what I like.
Right.
What catches my eye.
Right.
But what is it that you want me to have? And some of the things that I wrote down that I didn't share with anyone, and I kept it between me and the Father, I saw those qualities within my husband. And it kind of scratched my head, you know, even when we were just friends, because it took me, you know, a moment to see. Sometimes we got blinders on our eyes. And then when God would remove the blinders, because I was focused on something else and someone else, and God showed me, wait, everything that you were praying about and you wrote down, this man of God right here. And I was like, okay, I see you. I see you. All right. Thank you, Lord. And I knew he was the one based on my conversation, my time with God. I wanted God to show me what he wanted from me. And he also did give me some of the things that I asked for too. He will give you the desires of your heart.
Yes. That's good. Friends forever. Come on, Goldsmiths. How did you know that she was it, that he was it?
Yeah. I knew she was it because I'm going to tell you, I seen women, but I never seen one as beautiful as her. She was so beautiful, it stunned me. That's when I waited patiently for her to finish her wall ball game.
He said, I waited patiently.
I could talk to her. And that's why we wound up one day walking to the ice cream parlor, holding hands and checking each other out. But she was so beautiful. It's like, and she's still so beautiful. And I think, but it was her beauty that captured me. If I tried to make a comparison, I would think of like Wonder Woman and the Amazon girls over on the island. She just had such a beauty. And I don't even know if she know how pretty she was, but she was so beautiful. And even the guys in the neighborhood, even my buddies, you know, we used to talk about it. Everybody wanted Charmaine. But, you know, my boy, he got his girl, I got Charmaine. They're like, well, we did all right, but you got the best one.
Oh, wow.
It was just her beauty, and I thank God for that. And here we are, 54 years later, she's still beautiful. Give me a kiss, man.
This is beautiful. I don't even have a tissue box. The Jolly's trying to get some waterworks going on. Both of y'all are so beautiful.
Yeah.
For me.
So it was a beauty that got me. I never seen somebody so pretty.
Look, I never look at that kind of stuff. But thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
Because we were the 60s, we were in the era, if you got pregnant, you had to get married. Okay. So it was a while before I knew he was the one.
Okay.
But what stuck out, I watched that he took care of his mother. I mean, what teenage guy can I tell it about how you lie? Lies and uses his brother's social security card to get a job so he can help buy his mother a house.
Wow.
I ain't never seen no up the way dudes do that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And he would, like I said, I saw him short, but I also saw him as a worker. You know, with his job, his hospital uniform on. And that mesmerized me. Like, he cared for his mom. He really, not just verbally, but I saw him do things for his mother. And so I said, you know, we got married young. So it took years later for the Lord to show me how to appreciate. Because I had a lot of bitterness towards my parents and just issues. We young, we got these kids, we got my place to live. He in college, I'm in computer school, but he told me on our wedding night, we're gonna make this work.
Amen. Wow.
We had a mindset already because he was looking for me, which I wasn't. He was looking for me. He got me. But the thing about it, I saw that he had a responsible foundation. And that was the cream of the crop for me, in spite of how he carried himself dressing, but he was responsible. And then the Lord would show him, he said, you have never wanted to eat. Your bills have always been paid. And even if you wanted to do other steps, he has always stepped up to the plate to be a good father.
All right. Awesome. All right.
Therefore, no matter how we got together, the essence was, it was God ordained. We didn't think it was in our timing, but what the enemy meant for evil.
Yes.
Meant for good.
Yes.
Ooh, this is good. So, you know, one of the questions was talking about the foundations of marriage, and you talk about their friendship, seeing how they treat their mother, because then you get a glimpse of how they treat you, seeing if it's, you know, what it is that you want for your life, what it is you put before God. Of God, I want bam, 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 bam. Some people have a list. Some people don't have a list. But, you know, what it is that best works for you, even if it doesn't look like what you thought you wanted it to be, know that it's what God had for you. And that's so amazing. Oh, that was really, really good. Thank you so much for sharing that. So in sharing, Manji, you shared about, you know, growing up and some different things that you had to work on and things of that sort. So let's talk about counseling piece. So like, did you do premarital counseling? Do you do counseling now for yourselves? Do you seek these services? And then I heard you also say that you offer these services. So tell us a little bit about that. You know, everybody, did you do counseling, get counseling, give counseling? Do you need counseling? Or can I just get married because they said, will you marry me?
I would say, yeah, I'm sorry. I would say, yes, you do need counseling. In this age that we live in now, for people thinking that, you know, getting married, you definitely need premarital counseling.
And post.
Because when I think about counseling, we were in counseling. We was in the pre, okay? We was in the pre before we got to counseling.
Okay.
And we were in premarital counseling for over 2 years.
Okay.
Right? And it was 2 years because, and I'm gonna put myself out there, brothers, you have to take time to get things in order. You have to take time. See, I had to get my finances in order so it can line up to where we were going. I was all over the place, right? I was very goal oriented. I was trying to do my vision and doing this, but I had to learn that in my vision, I had to consider my wife, and I had to drop some stuff, let some stuff go. And I had to be able to hear her and basically put everything on the table. So premarital counseling is very, very important. You know, you can't be going into the counseling thinking you got all the answers, or you try to tell the counselors. I was trying to tell the counselors, you know, that was married, you know, longer, like, well, I know. But, you know, I had to get knocked down as a man to be like, look, no, you don't know Ulysses. You need to consider her. You need to have your ducks in order, you know, and you need to make sure that, you know, if y'all going to get married, you need to be able to take her somewhere or take her somewhere better than where she is at now, because you have purpose. So it's like you have to take care of purpose. You have to guard purpose, and you have to make sure that purpose is well kept.
Hallelujah.
You know,
well kept.
So so my thing to all, I'm gonna sound if you go and get married, you need to have counseling.
Yes.
You know, even the people, I would go in the deep and say, even the people that was married before, and you say, well, you know what, I don't need counseling. I didn't know you need counseling too.
Yeah.
Because we on all levels, you need counseling.
Yes.
Right. So if I can sound alarm on that one. You definitely, men, if you're thinking to get married and you don't have counseling, don't get married.
Selah.
My mind.
That's good. You know, because I'm in the business of normalizing therapy, you know. And with a lot of couples that I have worked with, most of the time I used to go in the house because of the child. But after going in the house and talking to the child, you found out that it was really mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was some issues that had to be worked out with them so that they could be present to be there for their children and to really help them through what was going on. And sometimes, you know, the blame is misplaced. But it's really important for you to talk about some things. And I like that because you find out that, you know, you get married to this person and the light is not shined on you of what it is that you need and what you want. But it's on both of you. What do we both need to really make this work?
That's
good, Jonathan.
Can I touch on that misplaced blame? Because a lot of times in communication and in premarital counseling and post, you know, counseling after you got married, you have to learn how to communicate effectively. You have to take ownership of what you did that was wrong. So misplaced blame, I'm gonna blame him for making me upset for something I did and I was wrong about it, and I went off and talked to him any kind of way. No. That's ignorant. That is wrong. You need to learn how to communicate effectively. Communicate your thoughts, your feelings, your concerns, your desires. What is it that you're looking for? And so for me, premarital counseling was, as my husband shared, it was great for both of us. And he did take care of purpose, me, and took me somewhere better than where I was.
Excellent.
He truly did. And I believe that he'll continue to do that. I believe he'll continue to strive to do that. I believe that's truly a heart desire of his.
Yes.
It's my heart's desire to do good for him, whatever it is that's important to him. You understand what I'm saying? So premarital counseling takes you from the mindset of me to help you in that blending of it's
we.
Now.
So you go from me to being French with that we. Yes. Because it's no longer just you. Come on, that's good. I'm loving it. Come on, Goldsmith. What you got? Premarital
counseling is a definite. We even had couples come to us to ask us to marry them from other churches, whatever, and we would say, well, "Have you been in counseling?" And I would tell them, "We can't marry you."
That's
and
it.
We had lost some relationships because we wouldn't marry because of counseling, because we realized we had conversations now that we find out COVID has brought some stuff out. You ain't never said that. I never knew you felt that way.
Yes.
We were married 51 years. Okay, now on the married side.
Yes.
We would have had marriage counseling. Marriage counseling is so good for your background, for your health reasons, for your finances, for your mental health. All the things that we got a whole book we could write because we didn't have counseling. Counseling is so essential. And as you always said, post-counseling, we have accountability partners in our lives. One, two, three, about 3 couples that keep us accountable and pull our coat strings. Or we walk down an event and they're like, you kind of off. You ain't got to say nothing, but you'll look. And I am guilty. I'm a facial expression person.
You know, these masks help us out. They hide it, but
they hide. But if you got somebody who has deep discernment, they can look behind the mask and say, "No, ain't right." I praise God, former pastors that we had. God bless her soul. Pastor Charlene Phillips is going on with the Lord. She would stop couples at the door and say, "You ain't coming to church today. Y'all need some time together." Wow. And then we end up learning that, you know what, we not talking. Even like now, because our family meetings, we listen to our kids. They're like, you and daddy ain't talking the same thing.
Wow.
Don't do as I say and not as I do type of thing. They put that like, did you talk about? And we realized we had not communicated properly. The unity was off. And all this because we did not have premarital counseling about a lot of things. So what happened? Through our struggles, we don't want people to struggle like we had.
That's it.
Some of our heartaches.
Yeah.
I don't want people to hurt. We've had some hurting stuff. We've been too ready to get divorced. We've been ready. You go your way. You do your thing, whatever. And I even fuss with a guy. I can still minister. I see other couples, they done got divorced. And they still do ministry. And I got her got very quietly. Some may, but you may not.
Wow.
I said, okay, I can't leave him. No, you cannot. And then post-counseling. You know what? You want to go to counseling? And we did. We went to calling them out. Marriage ministry, the Browns. Good close relationships. Pastor Martina Mitchell, Ken Mitchell. Relationships of pulling your coattail. Overseers May and Eugene Davis. Those who always went to the divorce court to really throw it in. Look for examples.
Yes.
And be willing and receive. Crawford and Beverly Clark. They stuff that we had to stop and dig.
Yes.
Counseling, you're going to be digging up some stones, some rocks. Have you ever gone somewhere and you want to plant something and then you start using your tools and you're trying to put the flowers down? Like, wait a minute, it's still some rocks down here. Where does vine come from? Because you got some deep embedded things that you got to pull out the bed before you can plant new flowers.
All right.
We could not plant no flowers because we had so much baggage.
Wow.
We were churching too much. This event, that event, dragging the kids around. My family said, you're making your kids sanctified dummies. You keep them out church all night long, then you want to get up and go to school. They're tired. So counseling, yes. Marital counseling, yes. Inventory. What we share, we do counsel on your wedding anniversary. Check your wedding anniversary. What have we accomplished on this anniversary?
That's good. That's good.
What did you promise me you would do for me?
All right.
But then you have to come to me. You got to accept life happens. And then you know we can get. But you promised and you said, and like, I've been guilty. You got this rope around their neck, like you're yanking them. But you promised me. And as you're yanking the rope, you're choking off his lifeline. Our black men, I'm going to say this, are doing the best they can. Why can't we appreciate the best? Why can't we have understanding? Nobody ever taught that.
Wow.
Then that's when you got to sit down and communicate and find out. This all goes back to counseling now. Was your father in your life? You had a 2-parent household, but we didn't talk.
Right.
We didn't go to conventions.
Right.
You got to get premarital counseling. And most of all, what's your vision for your marriage? Where do you plan on going? And as I used to say, where you taking me? Where we going? Then he would come back to me. Did you do your research? I gave you the vision. Did you make a call? Keeping each other accountable. But check in. And if you need to go get counseling, look, we've been married 50, but we still go get counseling.
Yes.
We're in a new season. It's called the emptiness. How do you handle being we? Because all we've been doing for the kids, the grandkids, now the great-grandkids. Stop the presses. Hello, what about us? And learn how to listen to each other. And counseling, you're going to learn how sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and shut up. Take it to your prayer closet. If you have a relationship with God, and guess what? If you don't have a relationship with God, you're going to find something, but don't let it be a vice.
That's right.
Boy, what you said to death do us part. I'm going to stop.
That was so good though. You know, I'm going to, I always watch these again. This one I might have to watch a couple times because like one day the Lord is going to bless me. I mean,
yes.
Thank you, sis, to touch me, Ray.
You got it.
I need a third, 2 or 3.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. But I love the piece of the accountability part. And what happens is when you're dating, courting, you want to have accountability. If you're a Christian, you want to have accountability because you want to stay within the parameters of what God's will is for your life. You don't want to, mess up and things of that sort. The other piece about accountability is that if that person that bro you in love with, that ain't the right one, that friend comes along and say, nah, that ain't the one for you. And sometimes it's the worst thing to ever hear. But because you trust that person and you know that they're giving you good sound advice. I got some friends, I'd be wondering, I'm like, can you really be an accountability person for me? I wonder, but you want to have somebody that would do that. But I love that you want to step further and set accountability while you're married.
Yes.
One of the guest pastors at the church, Pastor Ellison, Terrence Ellison, right? Ellison, right. He came and he would talk about how, things would happen and he would go to Apostle and the Apostle say, go back home. And we need people in our lives to help us because there are moments where you feel like, this is not going to work. My dear future husband thing was about Malcolm and Marie. They just argued and argued and argued. And not that arguing is not bad or good, things that sort. It's a way to do it. If we're just attacking, we need somebody to be able to like, wait a minute, that's too many hits. Come to your corner in that boxing ring, to really pull that out. So I love that piece of having accountability couples to help us stay on track. Oh, that was so good.
And couples you can trust.
Yeah.
That part.
Trust.
That part.
Yes.
Because you want to be that
by the spirit. Because for every season in your life, it might be a different couple.
Seasons change.
And
then you get people around you and you think that they good and they kind of like hating on you a little bit. They was like, wait, sis, he is really taking you a little further. My man not doing that, so how can I sabotage you? Because misery loves company. So having that discernment to know who should be around, even coming in your house, sometimes the house is off today. They can't come over no more. Now we got to pray it down, So really protecting your peace, your livelihood. So good. You got something for us, Pop J? Are you good?
I was just going to say that it's important to have the pre-counseling. It's very, very important for premarital counseling. I graduated biblical counseling BC4. And even though we're counselors, we still need to be counseled.
Yes.
So everything that they said about it, it was excellent. And it's very important to do that. And I remember one time we counseled a couple and they found out that they were not compatible and they canceled everything.
Wow.
So they were getting ready to get married. But
had the wedding gown, had the date and everything.
Because they went through the counseling process, they realized they were not compatible.
They were not ready. Even bought a house.
Things were not working out. They canceled everything.
Wow. Wow, indeed.
Better to know ahead of time than to go through and mess it all up.
That's it.
You find that out by going through the process of premarital counseling.
And again, there's no easy 3 steps. As we said, it's a process to this.
Yeah.
But I also love the part of going to counseling as couples. But sometimes you need individual work.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's some stuff you've been through that they don't know about. And they like, there's something wrong with her, Jesus. I found her. She is good, but something is off. Jesus, he found me, but he a little off. So really having that individual work as well as that couple work as well. So good. So good. Oh, so good. Let's talk about the parenting piece. What are some lessons learned in parenting? Obviously, we want to have some meetings, and then you'll have some meetings, and then the babies want meetings. Go ahead, Emily. But what are some pieces on the parenting tip to encourage people who have children in marriage, just in general? What are some pieces on that?
Every child, if you have more than one child, if you only have one child, I'll go with the one child because I'm an only child.
Okay.
I never got affirmation. And it wasn't until I got older when I recognized certain things that I'd organized, like vacation Bible school in the neighborhood, having in my own house, different little things I could do creativity-wise. I was like, I did do things good. I am smart. I started encouraging myself, but I never was affirmed that. Okay. So when I had my children, I made sure I affirmed them. But what I made a mistake of, I put them all in a one bowl. And it wasn't when the oldest two, college and into the service, and I was stuck with I said stuck because I didn't know what to do with the next three. And because I started seeing their personalities ain't like the first two. And I started realizing as they were growing up, every child is different.
Yeah.
And we need to take time to hone in on what is special about your child. That's nice. And affirm it and cultivate it. Add on to it. So the first two, they went through problems because they were like the first two children. They were a part of the first desegregation in the Northeast. And even though they were academic, here they are grown folks and they're sharing some things of traumatizing they went through. Yeah, they made history, but the things they went through. The middle child, he just was like, felt lost. Because I'm used to mommy doing this with the older two, but they're gone. They left me. What am I supposed to do with the next two? And it was like he felt his expectations that he had to show us was, I got to be like Robin. I got to be like Bobby. But how come you just got to be Carlton? We learn through struggle. His good things, his good qualities. And the last two, okay, we done messed up a little bit with these first three from the private school. It didn't change life. Life happened. Yes. So study your children. Yes. Study your children. Let them talk. Like again, I said, that was a major thing. We were not allowed, us as children, to talk. And then as our children start expressing, they will always have a cliche. We can't play with mommy because she always serious. But daddy, we can play with him because I was like, and I would say, oh, that's disrespectful. And he said, oh, so they just playing. And I'm like into that role. Well, I don't think that's funny. You know, and they're like, we ain't gonna say that about mommy. So I had to learn through watching. I had to learn from other family members that reported to me that had larger families. How can I do this? You know, that community, that's it. A village. Okay. But you got to let it be a God ordained, let it be a safe village. That village ain't safe. Some are perpetrators. Some people are jealous of what you got.
That's it.
Yeah.
So parenting, what if I want to leave you, observe your children. Yes. And as they get older, I was very frustrated as they became grown adults. Then they became husbands and wives. And my father was going into Alzheimer's. He would call me and he would always say, Charmaine, get a pad and a pencil. And that's how he would help remember things. And where I was taught, it was always yes, sir. Having a family thing with the kids. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. Ain't got to come visit, blah, 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 blah. Here comes my father. Charmaine, yes, daddy. Yes, sir. You got a pad and a pencil? Yes, sir. You never stop parenting.
Yes.
Parent a different way. I took the phone. He got jokes. But in my quiet time, I thought about it. Your parenting changes because you become more of a guide as they get older and a listener. Sometimes don't do nothing unless they ask you to, as much as it hurts you. You got to grip the bullet because they got to learn their journey. Yes. But if anything, observe your child. Observe your children. If you have to go get on your iPad or whatever, make a list of the qualities. And note, the worst child is mostly the gifted. Most of the time is the most gifted. Yeah, that's how I know. But observe, affirm, be there, listen. And as they become adults, be a guide and be there when they fail.
Yeah.
Don't say I told you so. Just open your arms.
Yes.
Take them in.
And let them just breathe. Let them breathe.
Yes.
That's good.
And encourage them. Okay, go back and do it again. We had one child. Well, I know she don't mind. Our daughter is doing wonderful. She's a real estate agent.
She said she don't mind.
Test 13 times. And you know what we did as a family? I failed. We come in. I said, go back, take it again. Now, $200 a what? 13 times 200.
Oh, you want us to do the math?
That's what she. But every time she failed, the family would scrap. Go back, take it again.
Amen.
Go back, take it again. Get up, do it again. Wipe your eyes, do it again.
Amen.
Even with sons who are finally getting a destiny, my baby son, he's a broadcaster. You know, he went through the war and all that kind of stuff. But now he's living his dream.
Amen.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Take the children, you love them all the time.
Yes.
Hug them. And black man, it's all right to kiss your son.
Yes.
It is all right. Let them cry.
Mm-hmm.
Let their boys cry.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
That's good.
Well, she said some of my stuff, but it's okay. I was gonna say parenting, it never stops.
Right.
It doesn't get old. It may change, but it continues. And we must always parent them. Even when our children are adults, but we shift on the style that we choose.
Shit.
We make a shift from their childhood to adulthood, but we still have to parent them. Don't make the mistake of spending so much time with others till you miss and make a mess of the relationship with your own kids.
Yes.
Because how do I know? Ask me how I know, because I did that. They feel neglected. They feel abandoned. They feel not loved. And you forgot you wasn't there for me. Don't make the mistake that I made. So we have to be real careful in that area, because sometimes we don't mean to mess up like that. We think we're doing a good thing. I'll just take a sample. A kid playing baseball, and we going to all his games, and we teaching him how to bat, and we buying him a glove, and we just sowing all our time and our energy into him.
Yeah.
And we got a son at home. We ain't giving him no time at all.
That's good. That's good.
He feels abandoned.
Right.
Hurt. And it really affects his life.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you don't know it for years later.
Yeah.
I really dealt with it in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a real hurtful feeling.
Absolutely.
I had to harsh it out with one of my children and try to get an understanding, but it was embedded hurt.
Wow.
So we must always parent, but we must always be careful. The parenting first comes in our home.
Set boundaries, set boundaries, set boundaries.
Before it's done outside. So we have to
Good.
make sure we nourish and provide and take care of our own.
Right.
It's so important, so very important. Otherwise, they will feel abandoned and neglected.
Absolutely.
Be very careful in that parenting.
That's good.
Wow. Good God.
Wow. You want to?
Listen, what do you want to do?
I would say, basically with parenting, what I'm learning is that definitely outside of being in ministry is having a balance with knowing that, it ain't always, got to be so deep and so spiritual. But we have one daughter, so with being an only child, it's like what I noticed is important to her is time. It's time. It's just like I go, it's like we preach, we both in ministry, but one of the things that I can say as a parent that I'm learning is creating an atmosphere of fun. Creating an atmosphere that's conducive, that it's not so deep, it's not so, like rigid. One of the things that I do, me and my wife got a healthy balance, right? And I'll be quick to say My wife is more of a disciplinarian. I do discipline. I do. But I gotta say I do. I definitely do. But how we balance is that I come in, I'm like, all right, Annalie, let's have fun. So I'll run around, I'll play hide and go seek. I'll jump around, whatever she wanted to do. I want her to know that I'm not just her daddy, and everybody may not agree with this, but I want to let her know that I'm not just her daddy, but I'm also there I'm your friend. I'm your friend. I love you. I love you. And I'm gonna put the balance with friend. Not that, we're on the same level, but I can definitely put myself in a place of, hey, let's have fun. I want you to be able to have fun with me in all levels. I don't want to just preach to you. I don't want to, you see me preaching and praying and speaking in tongues, but you never see me laugh.
Very good.
With my wife, you never see. Family time is very important to us.
Yes.
We go out, we go to Chuck E. Cheese's, we run around, we do a whole lot of stuff. And I make her tired. She runs around and she's like, daddy, daddy, daddy. But it's a joy to me. Something last night that really touched my heart that my daughter said to me. She said, Daddy, I got your back. And to me, that meant everything to me.
Wow.
It shows me that for her to say that, she know that daddy got her back. She know that mommy got her back. So I think it's very important to put the balance on of not being so deep, not being so rigid, but taking time to have fun, discipline, and hey, is this what mommy said? Daddy gonna say it too.
Yes.
That we speak the same language.
Yes.
We got one voice.
Yes.
We got
Very
one.
important.
That she can't get over on me. She can't get over on my wife. But when we come together, what did mommy say?
Yes.
And this is what you have to do.
Yes.
And I'm going to always back mommy up.
Yes.
I'm going to always back her up. So I think with anything, especially being young parents, is that I really learned is that creating that atmosphere, creating that atmosphere, because hey, we suffered a lot, with our children, with having 2 losses, right? And God turned around and gave us the promise, So it's like we pour everything into our Annalie, like we love her, we let her know that look, you can have fun. Because after I done finished preaching, now I got to take off the preaching hat and I got to be a father, right? I got to be a husband, So I'm learning, especially being in ministry, right? And I know where me and my wife are going in ministry is that time balance is very, very important, right? I don't want her to be one of those PK kids and be like, all daddy did was preach. All daddy didn't do this and he never took the time to spend time. No, I want her to know, no, daddy, we had fun. We did this, we did this, we did that. So creating an atmosphere that's conducive for fun. Sometimes you just gotta laugh. Sometimes you just gotta have fun. And just definitely know, those different things. That's my takeaway. So go ahead, wife. I'm sorry.
Well, all right. Let me just grab that baton. So I want to say I agree with everything my hubby just shared, and I'm grateful for listening to the Goldsmiths, the wisdom that they share, because it helped and encouraged my heart to let me know that we're on the right path with parenting, raising our daughter. One thing that Ulysses and I are very consistent with, and that's a key word, consistency. We are very consistent with making sure that we are observant with Annalise, what she says. We are very observant with her word choice, because I remember we'll talk about the past for a moment. In my past as a child, I was very depressed. I was very depressed because I internalized so much, and I was very analytical. And so I noticed some things that Annalie may say, like she may compare herself to someone who's very smart. She'll say, Mommy, am I smart like so-and-so? I'll say, no, Annalie, you are smart like Annalie. You're not going to compare yourself to that person. That person is smart.
That's good.
She's smart, but you're smart too. And you're doing great in what you're doing. So I'm grateful that we're on the right path with affirming her and letting her know that we're proud of her and celebrating her. We celebrate her when she does good, We let her know. Of course, it's no problem letting her know when she does something that's not good. And we explain to her, listen, we don't just go off and, me pop her. We explain to her too, this is why mommy and daddy, while we're doing this. We're consistent with that. We're doing this because of X, Y, and Z. Like Mom G said, that's disrespectful. You can't say certain things the way you're saying it because your tone, it could come off a little disrespectful. And we don't want adults to think that she's a disrespectful child. She's not a disrespectful child. She's vocal and she's strong in what she says. And when she says it, how she says it. And we don't want to take away the leader in her. We don't want to silence her voice. That balance of you have to be careful with how you're saying it. Say what you're thinking. Say how you're feeling. We do give her space to talk and explain, why is she feeling that way? Why did she say that? And we really let her know that words have power. And so we don't want you just saying certain words. And one thing that we instill in Annalie is prayer. Yes. And I'm so grateful that before we go to bed, I'll forget. Sometimes I'll just go with the routine. It's helpful to have a routine with kids. With Annalie, dinner, bath, bed, and prayer. And Annalie, if you do not say the prayers with her, if you don't pray with her or if you don't let her pray, she'll say, you forgot to pray. We forgot to pray. And so to me, everything that the Goldsmith shared, everything that my husband shared, and what I've shared, I just believe that is key. And I'm sure there's more, but that is key with parents.
Key.
Because now with the prayer, I'm learning that I know I can't always be with Annalie. Ulysses can't always be with her, but God is always with her. So if we can instill in her that tool of prayer on connecting and talking to God wherever she is, then she'll be okay. In our presence and outside of our presence, she's gonna be all right.
I love that. That's really, really good. And from the comments, I don't see any questions per se, but I see that the nuggets that are being dropped today are being picked up and put in so that they can remember and they can apply it as well. So this is really, really good. So I have two more pieces I want to do. I hope you caught the keywords because we have said all three. I will talk about that in a little bit, but I wanted to do two quick activities with you both. So the first is, how well do you know your spouse? So y'all been doing these side eyes all night. I'm nervous for the brothers.
I'm nervous for myself this time. Not
we have a lot of different questions here, but I'm gonna ask and see. Let's see what we say. So the first question is. Goodness. Let's go for an easy one. What is your partner's favorite dessert?
Oh, okay.
Good.
You.
Oh, Shanika, what is your favorite dessert?
Anything sweet.
Anything sweet. Oh, you can't go wrong with that one.
Listen, I'll write it down. One moment.
Anything sweet.
Oh, bro, dog.
Anything. Can you see that?
Yes. So what's your answer, bro?
She's right. Anything sweet.
All right. Now, what's her favorite dessert?
She has a couple, but I would say, don't kill me, y'all. So her favorite dessert.
Come on back in the room.
I'm back in the room. I'm back in the room. Is strawberry cheesecake.
You're in trouble, bro.
What? Look,
I've never had strawberry cheesecake.
Listen. When she goes to Cheesecake Factory,
that is red velvet cheesecake, not strawberry cheesecake.
I'm sorry, bro.
In his defense, he said ahead of time he knew it was coming.
All right,
I had the cheesecake right. I'm sorry.
You should have did like she did, generalized. You should have just said cheesecake.
Right,
Pop G still teaching us lessons. General.
I want to hear his answer.
No, general statement. Pop G, what's Mom G?
No, you're not supposed to tell me what mine is.
I know, sweetheart.
She said, I got it, sweetheart. What's her favorite dessert, Pop?
She like a frozen yogurt, the coffee blend, Mako, I think they call it, with wet walnuts. That's one of her favorites.
One of them, but it's not my favorite.
She like red velvet cake.
No.
All right, go ahead. What is it?
My favorite is coconut cake.
I got that written down.
Okay. His favorite dessert, sweet potato pie and lemon pie.
See, that was easy.
Let's talk about this coconut cake. If you ever want to make one, I can taste test it and see how good it really
I'll
is.
make it, but I know someone who makes it quite well.
Yeah.
Her name is Overseer May Francis Davis.
Got it.
Oh,
Got it. Oh my goodness. So I thought that was an easy question. I gotta get another one. Let me try again. Let me try again.
Oh Lord.
What is your partner's favorite TV show?
Oh wait, go ahead, say it.
You put me.
What's your favorite TV show?
Oh, what's my favorite?
What's your favorite TV show?
Martin.
Let the record show.
Oh, she got you. Now, this is your time to get it. You can do this, bro. What's her favorite TV show?
Write it down.
This Is Us.
It is.
All right. Come on, Mom G and Pop G. Do you have a favorite TV show? What's your favorite TV shows? What's Pops? What's Mom's?
Pops is the cop show. With I get it mixed up with Chicago PD, Chicago Firehouse, Chicago Medical.
All of them. Got it. He say all of them is good. It's good. Okay. What's Mom's?
Hers is the British movies.
He's sneaky. He is over. He just did like. What is my favorite one?
I'm using wisdom. She like the British movies, y'all.
British movies.
I don't know the name of it. It's like British drama, British. It's actually
that's the overall answer, but
like,
I do have I have a major show.
It's actually like British cop shows in a sense, murder mysteries, but it's the British. Like one of them, I think is called Misdemeanor Murders or something like that.
No.
No.
It's a different name, but it's okay. But
Okay.
you're good.
Okay.
You got it.
Right.
But my favorite one is Father Brown.
Yeah.
Father Brown.
He's a detective, a priest detective on his bicycle solving murders.
Okay.
And he's British.
Okay.
Yes, I love British.
Okay. No judgment. Whatever you like. I love it. So the last one I want to do is which one of your partner's achievements are they most proud of? But actually, I'm going to change it up. I want you to share with your partner, because it's Love Week, and one of their achievements that you are really proud of. It's been a lot of different things that you both have done, but like really just showing love. So what is something that you are really proud of them to like love on them and share?
Honey, I am very proud of how you raised our sons to be great men. Hey, look at me. I'm so serious. Your dad was around, but not around. But the qualities of work ethics, our sons always have had a job. Their mindset for finances, their mindsets of family life, their mindset to try again even though you messed up, and just being there for them all the time. And how you get together, y'all have your little unity phone call when the sports comes on, and even though one is in a different time zone, you and your sons are very, very unified. But I thank you for the men that you have put, the things you have put in them. How even when in the summertime you would write homework, they had a Bible lesson, they had an educational lesson, and you would come home and grill at the family table. You have done an awesome job of being a father. I think that is one of your greatest achievements.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I need attention.
And a father to many.
And a father to many, yes.
Yes, he is. But to his own first.
Yes.
One of her greatest achievements that I'm proud of is how God put her before great men. Mm. She went from working for the mayors of Philadelphia in 3 different decades, I believe.
Wow.
Mayor Street, Mayor Nutter, and other high-profile people she worked for. I really thank God for how he took her, I could say, from the bottom to the top. I told her, I said, how do you quit a job when you got your own parking spot at City Hall? I said, you know how precious that is? But I just thank God for that. And then she learned so many skills. And she retired for like 8 years and then got snatched back up in New Jersey at Morristown Friends School. And also did another 7 years work, but always at the top. And people loved her. The children loved her. They just run toward her. And the staff loved her, and it's just so overwhelming. But all the things that she learned, all this expertise and all this to the top, she also shared that skill set and knowledge down with the family. So I would say to her, like she said to me, I think you've been a blessing to even our daughters and our children, and sharing what you learned and allow like our daughter to reach the top of her skill set. So you've been a blessing to the family. So I thank you, and I'm proud of you for that.
Okay. I love it. Oh, goodness. Yes. She got the tissues. I need a tissue too. Somebody get this. Crystal said, I'm a cry. Y'all should come back. They should come back. I love Black Love too. This is so good. So good. All right, come on, Pratts.
Thanks, Rob.
Well, man. All right. Yes, I got caught up in,
I understand.
All right, real talk. I am proud of the man of God that Ulysses is today.
Yes, tell him.
I am proud of the man of God that you are today. I am proud of the man that you are today. Mm-hmm. So in dating, we share a lot about our past. We both have a past. And I'm proud of how even in your past and growing up, you were respected in your community. You were respected in your family. You were respected in school. So many people had so many great things to say. You were respected in every job that you went to. And growing up in church, you were respected as a leader. And I'm proud of the man that you are today. And I'm proud of the man of God who you are today. I'm proud of you as my husband. I'm proud of you as Annalie's father. I'm proud of you as my friend. I am proud of you for who you are and who you've allowed God to make you to be. And I know I'm proud of everything that you're believing for God to create and form you to be, even going forward in the future. I'm proud of you.
Man, somebody is cutting onions in here. I love it. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. What you got?
Thank you.
Oh, you got red lips.
Babe, I am proud of you. And there's a couple things. I'll start off to say I am proud of the mother you are to our daughter. Because one of the things that you said is, it was like, my mom is not here. Who do I go to ask me, or how do I do this? How do I do this? And, different things where I need my mother. And I always tell you, babe, I believe that your mother is very proud of you. And you do an excellent job in raising Annalie, doing her hair, praying, everything. You are a great mother. You are a great mother. A great mother. You are a great role model. I'm telling you, you are blessed. You are blessed because you are a great mother. Though your mother is not here, But I know without a shadow of a doubt that she is very proud of you and the woman that you have become. You are an excellent wife, an excellent mother. And I thank God that God has graced me to have a wife like you. I'm also proud of you because of your accomplishments, that you got your book done. I'm so godly proud of you.
Thank you.
Because you've been working on this book for a while and you got it done and you poured out your soul. I am so proud of you that you were able to take the vision, you were able to run with it, and it's out there and it's doing very, very well. I am super, super proud of you. I'm proud of the woman of God of who you are. I am proud of your achievements. And yes, you are the woman of God. I'm proud because you hear from God. I'm proud of you, of your keen discernment. And I'm proud of you because of who you are and who you are to your friends, and especially who you are to your siblings and your family.
Amen.
You are awesome sister. I'm telling you, you're an awesome friend. And you're just somebody that is always there. And I just thank God that for everybody that has went on and everybody that is not here to celebrate the moments that you have right now, you would know without a shadow of a doubt, babe, that you got your crown. You are doing what God told you to do. And God is well pleased of you. He's well pleased of you. And I speak well of you. And I give you your flowers while you can smell them. I love you. 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 And I am very proud of you. It takes nothing for me. I am very proud of you and your accomplishments, because a lot of people, when they see us, they see me doing this. No, I am nothing without you. I am nothing without you. And I stand behind you. And I am very, very proud of you and of everything that you did and everything that you're continually going to do and everything that you are. I love you.
Oh my goodness gracious. You know what? All of our chosen friends that are listening, if you're married, dating, reach out to your loved one, your significant other, and let them too know what you are most proud and what you love most about them. This is not just a love day weekend thing. This is an everyday thing, because you'd be surprised. You know, when you hear those things, it touched some chords in people that are listening, that are watching, but it touched chords in the person that was hearing it because it was about them. And they were encouraged to know, you know, we never know where people are. You know, we have moments where it's like, you know, am I really meeting the mark? Am I really that great mom? Am I really that great wife? Am I really that great father? You know, but to be able to hear these words of encouragement, of affirmation, to let you know that you are still the bomb.com from 50 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 day ago, that you are so grateful and glad that you said yes and I do to each other. So thank you. Oh, that was beautiful. Crystal said people watching got to step their game up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jasmine said my phone is not waterproof. Tiffany said, oh, y'all relationship goals. Two beautiful couples. Absolutely. This is beautiful. She said, once I stop the waterworks. Beautiful. Beautiful. Black love at its finest. Wonderful, wonderful. And that's what it's all about. You know, when being married, you want to be able to have that. You know, there are some amazing times, and I wanted to do some myths, but I won't get to that. But one of them was talking about good, healthy marriages come naturally. That's a myth. It doesn't come naturally. It's some work to go with it. But as you can see the product of it, you see the product of them and how it has been amazing. It's not that it's conflict free. It's not that it's worry free. It's real. You know, you still have those emotions and feelings, but this was amazing. This was really, really great. I do want to just have us close out with some words of encouragement to our listeners, because the hour is drawing nigh. Thank you so much, all my chosen friends, for staying with us. But what are some words of encouragement that you want us to walk away with, as we are either waiting for a mate, with a mate, not thinking about a mate, because everybody may not get married. That's not my prayer. I'll always make that clear to God so you don't forget. Jasmine says, sounds like we need a part 2. You know, I'm going to have to work that out. You know, I'm going to have to work that out. Or maybe, you know, I'm about to put my foot in my mouth. I'm not gonna put my foot in my mouth because y'all already know I'm doing this one conference. But I really did think of doing something about married and stuff because that's my spiel. But we'll see. I don't know.
I have a takeaway, and mine is basically for couples, for married couples. Check your ingredients and make sure they haven't expired. We got some of the appliances we have. We got what you call it? What's that thing we've been cooking with, Ryan?
The air fryer.
That's it.
Yes, that thing is amazing. Go ahead, sorry.
Air fryer. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to use an air fryer, and sometimes you need to just put it in the oven and let it cook slow. So the ingredients can get embedded into the meat.
Right, all right.
And we're in this fast age. Some foundational things that we learned, they weren't good for our marriage. When we had arguments, you know what they told us to do? Go home and make a baby. That was the answer. That was their honest answer. Go home, make love, and have another baby. I made up my mind. I'm not going to be this woman that walks in church with 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. My husband's never around. That ingredient didn't work for me. So learn how to take inventory of your marriage. So I learned from marriage ministry. That's one of my biggest lessons I always carry with me. And also from my awesome, I have to put it out there, Elders William and Elder Annette Walker.
Yes, shout out to the Walkers, yes.
Keep fun in your marriage. Don't be so serious. I just was so serious all the time. Have fun.
Yes.
And you cannot change your mate. You cannot change him. He's not a Stepford husband. You're not a Stepford wife. God made us communicable, am I saying it right? People. But my main point, check your ingredients. Go through your cabinet. Some spices might have expired. And some things you use, they don't work the way your digestive system works now. You can't eat everything you used to eat.
That's true.
So you have to change how you shop. Same thing with your marriage. Everything you used to do, some things you're going to have to put it in the recycle bin and don't have it, come back.
Yes.
So check the ingredients of your relationship. Check and see if you got too much hot sauce that makes you talk too much. Tone down on your spices.
Yes.
Detox.
Go ahead, Mom.
Detox means fast. Pray together. And sometimes at old school, if a wife has to go by herself because you see things, you still got to ask your husband, honey, is it okay? Can I consecrate a couple of days? It's some things I'm going to God about. Communication. Unity. The scripture was said, how can two walk together and not agree? We have hit so many speed bumps. Again, we have hit so many valleys. But we thank God for the mountaintop of having a plateau to not keep doing the pointing finger if you should have, would have, could have. Come on. We almost 70. That's God's promised age. I want to live past 70. I want to enjoy him. And I want him to enjoy me. Check your ingredients.
That's good.
Walk away. You?
I would just say be persistent.
Yes.
Don't give up.
If you fall, get back up.
Yes.
You will fail at some point,
forgive.
but try it again. And keep on trying. Be persistent. Always focus. Look around you. Be clear. Focus.
Create dreams.
Have determination. A quality that make you continue to achieve.
Yes.
Be determined to make something different. Love unconditionally. Love even when it hurts.
Yes.
Love anyway. Respect. Respect your mate. Even when you disagree, still respect.
Yes.
And don't let the sun go down in your wrath. Always come to agreement, the power of agreement.
Excellent.
Even if you agree to disagree. And we'll pick it up again tomorrow.
Excellent.
Respect your mate.
Yes.
And always be honest.
Always.
Be honest with your mate. You have to be honest with one another. That's what makes things happen. That's what works. Honesty. Because if you're not honest, it'll come back on you. Well, you said. So now you're in the trap. So just be honest.
Yes.
Be real.
Yes.
Just get it out there. If you roll it out the first time, you ain't got to worry about trying to clean it up later. Hello, wall.
Go ahead, Pop.
That was good. That's good. All right, come on, Pratts.
Come on, Pratt.
My takeaway would be, and this is for this, I'll start here. For the ones that are looking to be married, continue praying and keep God first. To love yourself enough that you just don't go on the first person, that pays you attention.
Yeah.
My other takeaway for the single is just because they are saved does not necessarily mean that they are designed for you.
Right.
Just because they go to your same church or they may preach does not necessarily mean that they are for you. One thing that I've learned, a takeaway as you being married, is that, look, you see the real deal when y'all are married.
Yes.
Okay. So all of the other stuff that you've been, doing. So make sure you take time to love yourself, hear God, and have discernment so you don't pick the wrong person. It's very crucial. It's very crucial. That's for the single people. Please make sure that you're hearing from God and you pick the right person. And realize too, singles, that you people like, well, I want to get married because I've been holding out. Listen, sex is beautiful, right? But sex is not the end all to be all. Okay, you don't spend all your time in the bedroom, right? You have to take time to talk, to hear, right? So believe it or not, singles, you've been holding out for a long time, and you may be like, well, I'm gonna have sex all the time. It don't work like that.
That's not intimate. That's not
don't work like that. It's a beautiful thing. You're gonna have your moments, but don't think you're gonna be in the bedroom all day.
Right.
To my married people, learn how to fight fair.
Yes.
Learn how to fight fair. There are some things that you just don't say in the heat of the battle because you are emotional. There are some things you may say, I apologize. Yes, you apologize, but there are certain things you cannot take back. Even though your spouse has said they agreed to forgive you. Learn how to fight fair. Also, fight against the issue. Fight the issue, not the person. Fight the issue, not the person.
Very good. Very good.
When you are communicating, tackle the issue, not the person. Separate those two. Communication, you may be a great talker, but you may not be a great listener. Listening is very key to the whole object of communication. And in order to communicate, it takes two people. I'm hearing you, you hearing me. So now that we listen, let us reason together. Also, too, there is safety in counsel. You find safety in counsel, right? So you can't go through this thing by yourself. So that's my takeaways. Learn how to fight fair and learning that you are carrying precious cargo, right? This is your wife. She's not your stepping stool.
All right.
Right? She is to walk. And one thing I remember in our vows that Apostle said, she walks beside you. She does not walk under your feet. The ring is not a shackle, right? It's covenant. So when you can't make love and when you can't have sex, that's when covenant kicks in. That's when covenant kicks in. You love your spouse when they are sick, when they can't produce, when they can't do it. right? How about giving her a hug? How about just loving her just because? I love you just because. I love you just because. Not that I'm going to get anything out of you, but I love you just because. And this is one thing I'm going to leave with you. As men, we are the head, right? That does not mean that we are the head to dominate. We are the head to lead like Jesus. We are to lead them somewhere that they need to go. Remember, you are not the head because you are the man. You are the head because you have vision. We have vision. The wife has wisdom. When they come together, see, you married wisdom. Wisdom and vision go hand in hand. I need eyes to see, but I also need her wisdom so I will know how to listen and how to move in the right timing. Because everything may sound good, but it may not be the right timing.
My.
That's my takeaway.
That's a closing. Come on, that's a closing.
That's a closing. I almost felt like the benediction was about to come.
All three?
You're right. All of that.
My God. So one thing I would share is don't compare yourself to other singles, other individuals who are dating, and other individuals who are married. I made the mistake of thinking when I first got married, you know, there was a young sister at the church. She got married. Husband was doing well, only one working, taking care of the house. She has children. I'm thinking everything is great. Wrong. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I don't know if she's lonely. I don't know if he's not talking to her when he comes home. I don't know if if this seems like or feels like he's just using her and he's out and accomplishing his goals, his dreams, and she's not being fulfilled. She's not going out and doing the things that God's called her to do. I don't know that. But you know, that does happen. So you can't compare yourself to other people because you don't know what they're experiencing. Grass always looks greener on the other side, but you don't know what fertilizer is in there, AKA poo. You don't know. And so for me, I had to stop comparing myself. And while I was single, while I was dating and in marriage to other people, be careful what you share and who you sharing information with about your spouse.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Everyone can't handle some information that you are sharing about your spouse. You're sharing it. Why are you sharing it? Why are you venting? Do you need time to vent or are you complaining? You know, sometimes people have a spirit of complaining and it's like, he don't do this, she don't do that. What are you not doing? What are you doing? And what are you not doing? Are you looking in the mirror? See, in my time of singleness, I allow God to work on me. In my dating, I constantly went back to God. Okay, if it seemed like he wasn't doing something that I thought he should be doing or that I thought he should not be doing, all right, I went to God and I talked to God. In my marriage, I went to God and I talked to God. So it's like, what's the common denominator? What's the consistency in it? Talking to God so I can learn how to talk to him. So I'm not tearing him down. So and when he come home, you know, if I have to talk about a matter, learning the timing on talking about that matter, what to say and how to say it to him so that he doesn't tune me out, but he's listening and we can have a conversation. And one thing that I love about my husband, and I would encourage it as a takeaway for some nuggets for, I would say those who are engaged and going into marriage too, when it comes to sacrificing how you really want to handle a situation for the betterment of that marriage and that relationship. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there were times when he may have wanted to handle something a certain way with finances, but he listened to me and said, no, that is a good way to do it. So he pretty much sacrificed his will and way of doing something for the betterment and the greater good of our household. And came back and said that is good. That worked out. And so it's so much more, but I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to let you go ahead, Jen.
You know, this was really good. Somebody was trying to text me about another conference. I got to see this first conference first to see how it worked out before, you know, we could do another one and things of that sort. But with that being said, we do have this conference coming up. And I said I was going to give away a ticket. It's our Day of Empowerment. It's going to be Saturday, May 15th. And I want to know heard the 3 keywords? If you heard them, put them in the comments, and I'll be sure to make sure that you get a free ticket to come here. Because it's going to be good. We're going to talk about a little bit of these pieces as well, with these takeaways and knowing that ingredients, that when they expired or it don't work, or what works for you may not work for me. So many good takeaways, and I'm hoping that you all heard, that you'll rewatch and listen again, or at least fast forward to the pieces that was beneficial for you. Such good information. So again, I have that free ticket, so please put in the comments before we go off live. That's the only way you can get it. There's free keywords so you can get that. But while we're waiting for that, I also want to share the Goldsmiths have a ministry, Abundant Life Care and Outreach Ministries. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
We deal with prisons. Before COVID, we would go and sit on court hearings, and basically we dealt with prisoners of parents of children.
Okay.
Incarcerated. We advocate for them, send care packages. Before COVID, my husband weekly went to the senior citizen at Cliveden Nursing Home, had Bible study on Wednesday nights. But that now we're making phone calls. We wish they had FaceTime or whatever. That's how we communicate. And we deal with relationships with counseling, premarital counseling, and not just premarital counseling, but relationship counseling. Also, we deal with the neighborhood. They call Pop G OG in the neighborhood. And even powwows with the people that come up with the guys. They might have events and they would say, where's OG? And he's able to be very transparent and still give the love of Jesus Christ. And also, we mail cards. People still like to get mail. Yes. So we send cards. And now that COVID has really shifted things, Outcome Now is in the process of changing some things that we do, but it's prisons, senior nursing homes, and as well as premarital counseling or relationship counseling as an outreach ministry. Some people try to make us a church. We are not a church. We are under the awesome covering of Apostle Jimmy, who guides us and empowers us and equips us and corrects us.
Yes.
All that we do in excellence unto the glory of God.
Amen. Yes. I love it. Oh, so be sure to get in contact if you need some relationship counseling, some premarital counseling, because we talked about how it is important. Be sure to connect with them if they're of interest to you. Come on, Pratts, what y'all got coming up?
What you got coming up?
Well, what I got coming up, I'm really excited that this Saturday we are hosting our first self-publishing workshop. We're going to be learning, teaching the tools and how to self-publish, how to get that book off the ground. You know, you may have wrote a book, but how do you get it? How do you get it from off the papers to, in the bookstores? How do you navigate through those different tools? So we're going to do this under one of my businesses, Ulysses Pratt Enterprises, where our mission is to empower, training and empowerment. So we do a lot of different things for the community as well. But this is going down this Saturday, February the 20th, from 10 a.m. to 12. Yours truly will be the teacher, and I will be 2 hours, 2 hours of teaching, 2 hours of training on how to get that book off the ground. So if you want to do it, there are still time to register for that conference. And then also in April, we have our second cohort starting for our Leadership University. We have a Leadership University where we develop leaders, training and development, and just learning all those different facets. So there's a lot of different things that we got upcoming. You can go to our website at www.uprattenterprises.com.
Okay. So I do have a flyer for the self-publishing workshop. I'll be sure to post this and share this. I also will tag the Pratts in there so you can connect with them to go to their publishing workshop or to go to the leadership school that they have coming up, as well as just to connect with them, because I feel like they do some counseling too.
Yeah.
Right.
Amen. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll be sure to post that so that you can get that information. And you can follow him to get that details as well. But I feel like somebody else came out with something. I feel like, what is this? Oh my goodness. What is
that? Thank you. So those who will be attending the self-publisher workshop this weekend, you have the honor of hearing the one who helped me self-publish my first book. Yes. Dating, Are You Ready? Yeah. So I'm honored to say that my husband, who encouraged me throughout the entire process, he stayed on top of me. Babe, did you finish writing your book? Did you finish writing that chapter? How many more chapters do you have to go? All right, now when you finish that chapter, this is what we're going to start doing. Like, he stayed on me, and that's great because I'm so great with encouraging others and helping others to finish. And he was right there to encourage me and help me finish. And so Dating, Are You Ready is a great tool for anyone who, and not just individuals who are interested in dating. I'm told by readers that it's great for individuals who are even married as a reminder of some things that they should have, discussed or talked about or need to work through even within their marriage. It's great for parents who have teenagers because it helps with relationships as a whole. It's keys and wisdom nuggets for relationships. Yes, the information that's in there will help you gauge to see whether or not you're ready to be in a relationship and be with someone to may open up in any way with, but it's also good to let you know how to interact with friends. Yes. Because sometimes you need to know how to communicate to your friends. If you have friends who are always talking down to you or manipulative to you, you need to know how to handle that because it's a part of communication. Amen. And so, Dating, Are You Ready? It's a multi-purpose book. It's not for dating. And I wanted to put that out there because a lot of people may feel like, well, I'm not ready to date. Well, I'm already dating. Well, I'm married. Great. There's information that you can still learn about relationships as a whole and how to interact with individuals. The book is only $15. So if you feel like you don't need the information, bless somebody else with the information. And you can contact me at datingareyourready@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at Shanika Pratt. You can find me on Instagram at CE Townsend. Or you can cash at me if you just ready to purchase that book tonight. And you like, how can I cash app you? Well, you can go to $.
Come on now. Come on now. Get that book.
Yes. I love it. So y'all be sure to support these amazing couples. Such great information shared on tonight. And y'all are some riders. Y'all stay with us on tonight. Also, Jaquay, I want to give you are going to get the ticket. Communication, unity, and consistency. That was the last one. But you're the only one that put it up there. So I'm going to give it to you. So if you want to send me your email address and messages, and I'll be sure to make sure you get that ticket. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight as well. This has been amazing. I thank you all from the top, bottom, all around my heart for joining us. I'm definitely going to work out something to have your back because it's so important to have these conversations for people that want to be married. I like the male aspect because, the father figures and things that's on how that is important. Letting dads out there know, hey, be there with your kids. They need you. They love you. That's a missing link that needs to be filled in. And the encouragement of men can cry too. Normalizing some things for the brothers is so important. Us females, we could cry all the time and it's okay because we're the females that they say. But we all have feelings. We all have emotions. And we want to be able to express them before we express them at the wrong time, wrong place.
That's right. Yes.
So again, this was really, really amazing. I just have a couple more announcements that I'm going to share. But I thank you so much. Y'all rocked out way longer than I asked you to. And I thank you for that. Our chosen friends, thank you for that. So I will be in touch, though, with some things in the future. So thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
You blessed us. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, great, great, great. Oh, that was amazing. So tonight we had the Pratts, Dr. Ulysses. I'm gonna say Dr. Shanika come through. Dr. Ulysses Pratt and Shanika and Robert and Charmaine, Mom G and Pop G sharing some amazing, amazing information on tonight. So I hope that you all really, really enjoyed it. I just want to share a couple more things with you. As shared, we have our Day of Empowerment coming up in May. Tickets are on sale. You can get it right on Eventbrite. Jaquay, please do send me your information so that I can get you your ticket. Thank you so much for paying attention and sharing. Don't forget our quote of the day. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. Also want to share, join us next week as we will have therapist Tiff and therapist Trisha as we talk about what's love got to do with it. So tonight we talked about premarital counseling, but counseling is also needed with finding love and knowing who we are within our own selves. So we want to make sure we check that out. I also want to share with you what we have coming up in March. Check this out and I'll be right back. Hey, it's your girl Jen Cares, and I want to invite you to join me for our March Why Not series. Join us on Monday, March 1st, as we will have Marquise Coates, founder of Tools for Success, as we explore what's in your toolbox. Tune in on Monday, March 8th, as we will learn how to fulfill our purpose with Philia Synth, founder of the Fulfill Company. We will then have author Althea Hannah on Monday, March 15th. Don't give up. Dr. Wesley Proctor, the nonprofit expert, will be back on Monday, March 22nd with the steps for you to start the business. We will close out on Monday, March 29th with life coach Dr. Naya El-Amin with the theme, You Can Do It. So tune in on Facebook Live or on YouTube by searching Chosen Counselors on Mondays at 8 p.m. Be sure to mark your calendars and tell a friend, as this Jen Care series is brought to you by Chosen Counselors. All right, so you see, March is going to be amazing. Next week is going to be amazing. Each week is amazing because you come and tune in. So thank you so very much for joining us. I am filled. Today was really good. I'm going to have to watch this again, probably today and tomorrow, to get some more notes and things, because those ingredients for that recipe, that was good. So thank you all so much for joining me. I love you all for real. Until next time.